My message is entitled, Your Being is Peaceful. What is peace? Well, down through the ages, so many people, so many wise people and so many unwise people have tried to tell us what peace is. And, our understanding is an individual thing. Because peace to one person may not be peace to another. For example, a young mother who is chasing to catch her screaming toddler and trying at the same time to mediate a ceasefire between her warring preteen son and daughter might think that peace is when the baby is napping and her son and daughter are both in school. I'd say that's peace too. Unity co-founder Charles Fillmore gives us some food for thought on this in The Revealing Word, which is his dictionary of spiritual interpretations for commonly used words, the revealing word. Peace, he writes, is a sense of harmony and tranquility which comes from having an awareness of the Christ consciousness. Fillmore adds that steadfast affirmations on peace will harmonize our whole body structure and open the way to our attainment of healthy conditions. In Unity, we understand that Christ was not Jesus' last name, but rather the Christ refers to that aspect of God, the presence and power of God, divine spirit, which individualized in Jesus. That presence and that power that Jesus developed and learned how to give full expression to. In Luke 2:52, King James Version, we read about this developmental process that Jesus underwent. This passage reads that Jesus increased in wisdom and stature and in favor with God and man. And so, expressing his Christhood, the Christ principle in him was a process, and so it is a process for us as well. We know that we are doing the same as God has individualized itself in each of us. That's why we can say that Christ in me beholds the Christ in you. The life which enlivens us is the breath of God. It's God life. The love that we are learning to more perfectly express is divine love, God love. The wisdom and the intelligence that we have to express is the light of God in us. Our growing and ever-renewing awareness of our inner connection with God, our Christ within, is what we in Unity concentrate on developing during Advent and we celebrate on Christmas Day. A peacemaker, writes Fillmore, is someone who has the ability to resolve the turbulent waves of thoughts and feelings in their own mind, turning the energy of strife and anger and retaliation in their own mind. And then, peacemakers help others learn to do this. Jesus gives high praise to the peacemakers in his Sermon on the Mount. Here's a story, I think, which helps explain what I think peace is. The author is unknown. There once was a king who offered a prize to the artist who could best paint a picture depicting peace. Many artists took up the challenge, and hundreds of artworks were created. The king looked at all the pictures submitted, but in the end, there were only two that he really liked. The decision between the two was difficult. The first picture was of a calm lake. There was a perfect mirror of a peaceful scene. Towering mountains that surrounded it on all sides. Overhead was a vibrant blue sky with fluffy white clouds. And everyone who saw the picture thought it was the perfect picture of peace. The second picture had mountains too, but these were rugged and bare, jutting beneath an angry sky which lashed rain and strikes of lightning down from the heavens. Cascading down the mountains was a turbulent waterfall, crashing to the water below. The picture didn't seem peaceful at all. But when the king looked more closely at this second picture, he saw behind the waterfall a tiny bush growing in a crack in the rock. In the bush, a mother bird had built her nest. There, in the midst of the rush of angry water, sat the mother bird on her nest in a perfect, peaceful place. And she was tending to her nest in perfect peace amidst all the chaos around her. So, which picture do you think won the prize? The king chose the second picture, but do you know why? Because, explained the king, peace does not mean to be in a place where there is no noise, no trouble, and no hard work. Peace means to be in the midst of all these things and still have calm in your heart. And this is what I think true peace is. This, of course, does not mean that we do not work on making the needed changes. It doesn't mean that we stand by while injustices are occurring. It doesn't mean that we do not fight for what we believe is right. It means that we can take care of business and do it all from a center in us, which is at peace. When we have contentious connections and we spew more fire on these challenges, we only imprison ourselves. Think of it this way. One night, in the middle of the night, a woman woke up and she found that her husband was not in bed. She was concerned and she got up and she began to search for him through the house. She found him in the kitchen. And she sees that he's sitting at their table with a cup of coffee, just staring blankly out the kitchen window. "Honey, are you okay?" she asked. "Do you remember our first date?" her husband asked. Excuse me. Confused, she replied, "Yes." "What happened that night?" he asked. "Well," she said, "we made love in your car." "What else?" he goaded. "Well, my father found us." "And what did he do?" the husband continued to prompt. "He said that either you marry me or he would send you to jail for 20 years. "But honey, I don't understand. What does any of this have to do with anything?" his wife asked. Her husband looked at her and replied, "I would have gotten out today." I hope you find that funny. I certainly do. It just works my funny bone there. Of course, he's implying that presently he is still a prisoner in their marriage, and had he gone to jail instead of marrying her, he would have been a free man at that very moment. But holding on to, that is, holding in mind the worst of whatever we are experiencing, puts us in a similar prison until we can see what we're doing and we choose to unlock the prison and free ourselves. Because there in prison, we're just locked away from our joy in life. So when we decide to change our thinking, our mind, our consciousness, Jesus calls it repenting, then we can open the prison and be free. This month, I found myself readily relating to the situation that Reverend Teresa Burton, Unity's Daily Word editor, wrote about in her September online article. She had written that her birthday was approaching, but she really didn't feel much like celebrating this year, with so much going on. In years past, the celebration meant the choice of what cake she could have, a nice dinner, and sometimes a long weekend away, like going to her favorite summer drive, which down the Bay Area of the California coast, to enjoy the splendor of the Monterey Peninsula. But of course, because of the pandemic, things are different this year. She wrote, "I'm on a diet. We're not eating in restaurants. We live in the Midwest, and trips to the West Coast or New England have had to be postponed indefinitely." So, as he does every year, her husband asked her what she wanted for her birthday. And Reverend Burton usually says, "Oh, I can't think of anything." But this year, she knew exactly what she wanted for her birthday. She said, "I want my life back. Burton wrote, I want to be able to visit friends and hug them. I want to get together with friends and have fun and with family. I want to go back to favorite restaurants and go to the movie theater and board a plane and not feel as though I'm taking unreasonable risks with my own health or the health of others. I want my life back. You know, this hit me because I realized I want my life back too. So it hit me because I've been feeling on the downside for a little while, losing my sense of humor, my fun. There seems nothing to look forward to, nothing for me to put on my calendar as coming in the days to come. I read an article from someone who was talking about that very thing, and she said she has worked that out by putting all kinds of things on her calendar. When a new series of a movie is coming out or something like that on Netflix or something, she'll write that down on the calendar because it's there as something to look forward to. When the release of a book that she's wanted to read is coming out, she'll put that release date on the calendar so she has something to look forward to. I think I'm going to try that. There are probably a million things that I can think of to put on my calendar to give me some little thing to look forward to. I'll try that. The chorale isn't singing, and we're not meeting at our church location. Two big downers. Burton explained that she'd spent the last several months focused on everything that she didn't have and couldn't do anymore. She was actually training her thoughts away from everything that she has to be thankful for. Her husband is with her after a year of them being apart. They're both healthy. They live with 2 kooky cats. I can even relate to that. And she has plenty of time to catch up on books she's wanted to read and movies. She has the opportunity to dig up new recipes, keep up with the family and friends, even if it is online. Having time to learn and to play. Well, she can even take learning a new language. She can explore and enjoy the space where she is, to simply be. Burton wrote that wanting what I have makes every moment a treasure and every experience a gift. Imagine that. Wanting what we have can make every moment a treasure and every experience a gift. Plus, it keeps us from blocking off our peace. The longing for what was can be a prison, locking us away from the peace available to us right now in our present moment. This is a major key for recovering, discovering, and sharing with our world. The awareness that our being, just where we are, with just what we have, is and can be full of peace. Here are 8 ways to discover inner peace in our lives today. This is written by Tony Caradella. Because it's up to us to be peace. How do we find it amid all the chaos, the real-life tragedies, the predicaments, the pain of our families are going through, our neighborhoods, and our communities in the world? Number 1, pray. Find your inner spirit of harmony and prayer. Whether privately or aloud with others, express your sacred value for peace in the world through words of prayer. Join a prayer community and have vigils for peace. A prayer event at a church, a center, in the park, somewhere outdoors these days. Or connect with Silent Unity for prayers for peace. Number 2, pause. Take a few moments every day, in the morning, at lunch, or before bed, to pause, to write or speak a word of gratitude, to take a minute to enjoy the peace of a simple moment, like petting your cat or your dog. And sometimes I just stop and I listen to my boys' pet fountain in the kitchen. They have an automatic pet fountain with filter and all of that. And if I stop and listen, it sounds like a waterfall. You know? I don't know if you can hear it where you are, but the water is coming from the spout there, on the fountain there. It's pretty fun. And if I stop and listen, the hum of my overhead lights has a really, really nice hum and tune to it. It's almost like saying Om, singing Om, or you. So there are things to be grateful for if we pause and recognize them. Number 3, radiate. Let peace radiate in our easygoing tone, in our words, the tone of our words with others. Allow your infinite peace to show, he says, in your facial expression and in your actions. Speak with a voice that resonates with kindness and encouragement. Your spirit of peace will be felt by others around you. Number 4, meditate. Visualize your peaceful heart as you let go of all that surrounds you. Experience your sense of tranquility in the quietness. Experience peace in a guided meditation. Listen to a meditation or try a meditation video. Number 5, movement. Awaken your peace by moving around the spaces you occupy and enjoy it. Feel peace flow as you walk a nature trail or sway in a dance across your living room, or do a yoga pose or a head-to-toe stretch and activate your spirit of peace. Number 6, give. Give a helping hand, emotional support, or just your sense of optimism. Give to others as often as you can, just like love and kindness. Giving freely and willingly will deliver peace to your heart. Number 7, affirmations. Affirm the power of peace. Remind yourself that you are in the peace of spirit. And the spirit of peace, that is, the Christ God, is in you. Embrace your peace by speaking with enthusiasm and energy the truth of affirmations, such as, at the center of my being, I am peaceful. At the center of my being, not doing, of my being, I am peaceful, full of peace. Or the peace of God in me expresses through me to the world. Here are some others. I relax and breathe in the peace of God. Open to infinite love, I practice peace. Or the peace of God lives in the quiet of my heart. And number 8, music. Whether listening to it or creating it, music can open your heart to peace. Let it lift your peaceful spirit. Get out your instrument and sing or just sit and let the music soothe your soul and fill you with a magical presence. I know that's what happens for me when I play my keyboard. I can just lose all sense of time just playing any old thing and making up stuff as I go along, hitting keys on my keyboard. Fill yourself with uplifting songs and uplifting words to songs, including sheet music. Know that you are the power of peace. Even in the midst of chaos, discover your calming spirit and live your life from a peace-centered consciousness. You can do it. We can do it. We all can do it. Let your peace prevail to create harmony in the world. And you know, we sing it every Sunday. Let peace begin with me. Thank you for joining us today. God bless you. As you too discover that just being who you are, where you are, and with whatever is in your life at the moment is an opportunity for a peaceful moment to be open to this. It's there for you because God is there for you. And now for our meditation, I'm going to share a silent unity meditation. Somewhere in the posts, I did put something called Spiritual Tools for Difficult Times, and have placed on it 2 hypertexts that you can click into. One is to go to the variety of Silent Unity meditations, which are online, that you can just click on and listen to whenever you want. The other is about a number of aids for discovering the peace within. Now this one is called Inner Peace, and it is from Silent Unity. Let's relax, take a few deep breaths, and let's listen to the words of this Inner Peace Silent Unity meditation. It's about 3.5 minutes.
The following meditation is a gift of a peaceful pause presented by Silent Unity, a 24/7 worldwide prayer ministry. Take a breath and begin to relax. As you are breathing in and breathing out, you become aware of any tension leaving your body. From the top of your head down to your toes, you release and let go. You are now immersed in the comfort of God's love. You feel this love saturating your mind and body. You feel this love removing any anxiety and worrisome thoughts and feelings. There is great comfort in knowing that God is with you at all times and in all circumstances. From that thought alone, you feel your spirit lifted. You feel safe and peaceful. Notice as you breathe, your mind is still and at peace. You are calm and at ease. Spirit is flowing through you now, and you can feel security and tranquility washing over you. Serenity wells up from your innermost self. Peace floods your mind and body. You are one with God, one in the midst of peace, of love, of faith, strength, and wisdom. Breathe deeply now, and notice that with each heartbeat, you become aware of the peaceful presence that is within you now and always. You are never alone. Peace and love and truth are but a breath away. And as you move back into your day, your mind is poised and your heart is serene. You know that the Spirit of God works in and through you, bringing peace and possibilities into your life. And as we pray this, we know it is so. Amen and amen. We hope you enjoy taking these few moments of your day with Silent Unity to become centered and peaceful.
I hope you enjoyed that, and I want to encourage you to go to that website or just www.silentunity.org and then do a search for their many meditations. They have several on YouTube as well. Well, yeah, there, maybe there. Okay, sorry. I've got peace like a river, I've got peace like a river, I've got peace like a river in my soul. I've got peace like a river, I've got peace like a river, I've got peace like a river in my soul. Yeah, I've got love like an ocean, I've got love. You can clap if you like. Like in my soul, yeah. I've got love like an ocean, I've got love like an ocean. I've got love like an ocean in my soul. Joy, like I've got joy, like a fountain. I've got joy, like a fountain. I've got joy, like a fountain in my soul. I've got joy, like a fountain. I've got joy, like a fountain. I've got joy, a fountain in my soul. Yeah. Starts with peace like a river. I've got peace like a river. I've got peace like a river in my soul. I've got peace like a river. I've got peace like a river. I've got peace like a river in my soul. Love like an ocean. I've got love like an ocean. I've got love like an ocean. I've got love like an ocean in my soul. Yes, I do. I've got love like an ocean. I've got love like an ocean. I've got love like an ocean in my soul. Woo! I've got joy like a fountain. I've got joy like a fountain. I've got joy like a fountain in my soul. In my soul. I've got joy like a fountain. I've got joy like a fountain. I've got joy